Welcome back. You're with Breakfast with Profit. The Indo-UK Summit, of course, is ongoing, and we got, in fact, Bundeep Singh Rangar, Chairman, IndusView Advisors, joining us on the phone line from UK on that business potential emerging between the two countries. Bundeep, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to start off with Indian business houses going to the UK, and one name, of course, which seems to be generating a lot of hot debate is Tata Steel and that Chorus acquisition. Your reaction there, and even the government reaction there on that deal and such deals which could emerge?
Hi, good morning. I think the real interesting thing in the last deal you mentioned is the contrast between the British government and the French government, i.e., French government somewhat stopping the Arcelor deal, whereas the British government saying they've got no problems. In fact, I think they'd encourage it. And that is going to be needed for a company that's the 55th largest in the world, i.e. Tata Steel, joining the 9th largest in the world, i.e. Chorus. To answer your earlier question, I think these numbers speak for itself. You've got 1,500 new jobs here as a result of direct investments by Indian companies in the last year. That's, 76 new projects in the country, which has made India the third largest investor in the UK from, number 8 to 11, depending on how you splice and dice it the previous year. So you can see a country which is sort of, not even in the top 10, come to number 3. That says a hell of a lot, and I think it won't take a lot more to go from number 3 to number 2. The flip side, of course, is that India is now investing more in Britain than, Britain is investing, or British companies rather, investing in India. So a lot of the argument and some of the negative press you've seen in India about, loss of jobs and offshoring, et cetera, well, the wind gets taken out of that argument when you see more job creation in the UK as a result of Indian investment than anything that might be lost.
Right, Bundeep, talking specifically of listings, is enough being done to ensure that Indian companies are going ahead and listing on the London Stock Exchange, and will we see a reverse trend at all? We at least know for one such company, Kane Energy, that is going to be listing on the Bombay Stock Exchange, that is already listed on the London Stock Exchange.
I think there's sort of a number of aspects to that argument. One of them is that I think a lot of Indian companies come to London for capital, be it in the form of pure equity listings or in the form of debt financing or foreign currency convertible bonds. To make that market more efficient, I think there's a need for having a simultaneous listing, the way you can have UK and NASDAQ listings together. So if you can create an efficient process to have almost like a one-click listing for India and the UK, that'll make it much, much more efficient for both investors here to participate in India and Indian companies to raise capital abroad. The Kane Energy example is very interesting because the market reaction in the UK to Kane's listing in Bombay has been almost negative because they see the real value of the company in its Indian assets. And if all of a sudden those assets are now hived off in a different vehicle that's listing in Bombay, well, what's the real value left in the UK company? So it's really interesting to see how value perception and to some degree the price multiples are governing the best place for taking a company public. What's needed is a harmony between the two and a much more efficient, seamless process of listing on the two stock exchanges. London could become to India what Hong Kong is to China, and I think that's a goal for certainly for the London Stock Exchange.
That's an interesting comparison, Bundeep. Thanks very much indeed for joining us on the show today and giving us all that investment opportunities. And you can see a lot of Indian houses, really business houses, going and expanding in UK, the pace being faster than those coming here.